Good morning. It is a overcast but lovely morning here in Southern California. I'm Andrew from 510 Books. It is now Tuesday, May 13th, 2024. And these are all the items that I sold online. Which one of them do you think I sold on Amazon? I'll let you. It's just one of those. 2, 3, 4, 5. One of those 5. You go ahead and guess, and I'll tell you in 3, 2, 1. Correct. It was this book. Explain Me This. I sold it for $11 and change on Amazon. Merchant fulfilled, not FBA, of course. And then the rest of them sold on eBay. So these are the kind of books that I typically sell on Amazon with barcodes. Of course, I do sell books with barcodes on eBay, but it's usually the newer books that I sell on Amazon in general, but not always, or most of the time anyway. So this is a book that I just listed. These are 2 books I just listed from the most recent donation pickup that's continuing to do sensational as I continue to get towards the end of finishing going through that. So I just listed these like last week, this one last week, which is International Collector's Library of East of Eden by John Steinbeck. Have you read East of Eden? I highly recommend it. This is a copy from 1952. Turns out to be pretty rare, which is why it sold fast. I don't believe there were any other copies on eBay when I looked it up. As you can see, 1952, International Collector's Library. So this is sought after. It's a very popular book, obviously, and a really nice copy. So it sold for $45 plus shipping. It's got a little bit of wear, that kind of thing. If it was pristine, I could definitely got top dollar for it, which would probably be more like $60 and up. But still happy with this to sell it so quickly for $45. I sold, this is a trade that I did all the way back in 2022. And it's a Disneyland CD, the official album of the Disneyland Resort. Sold it for $17.60 plus shipping. It's 2-disc set. Surprised it actually took this long to sell, but here it is. If you come across it, it's obviously not a quick seller. I listed it a long time ago, so perhaps I didn't put the right keywords. I'm not sure. This kind of Disneyland stuff, Disney stuff, usually sells fast, but nonetheless, still got $17.60 for it. Actually, that was a local buy, not a trade. But anyway, this was a cool sale. Bad Lieutenant. I remember when I watched this a long time ago, Harvey Keitel, who's now like 87 years old, which is crazy. I looked that up the other day. This is one of his classic movies from back, I think, in the 70s. No. Let's say 1992. I'm not sure if it came out in the 90s. Maybe it did. But anyway, the tape, it's a VHS tape, obviously, and this was from a trade that I did in last year, August of last year, and that sold for $18 plus shipping. So that was sitting for a while. And then these 2 are archive editions, DC Comic Archive Editions, Batman, Volume 1 and 2 by Bob Kane. I just listed them. I sent an offer out, and it sold for $40.94. So $40 for these 2, and these were the ones that these were also in those most recent 20 boxes of books. I still have more that were donated that I did a pickup for. Still have more boxes to go through, finding some other good stuff in there. And a hint into the future is she just contacted me saying she has more books and more records. So, yay. Guys, so I went to a thrift store that I go to occasionally near my second bookstore, and I picked up all these items. I needed to I needed to get in and out of there pretty quickly, so I didn't film anything, even just walking in, that kind of thing. But this is what I found. They had restocked or filled their DVD shelves, so I was able to find some new stuff, and here it is. So basically, this is the 2-disc special edition of Bonnie and Clyde. I don't believe I've ever had this in the store. Also, by the way, all of this was $8 with tax for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. So I just left the stickers on here because some of them, like the green was 25% off. The blue, I don't think the blue was off. But anyway, it was $8 for everything. So this one I'm going to sell for $5. This is a special one here because it's got the nice slip cover, slip case. This one I've never seen before, called Waking Life. It is apparently anime, one of the most acclaimed films of the year. So looking at it on eBay, it actually sells, what do you call it? It sells constantly. There's a lot of copies, and it's selling pretty much every day. So I know that it should be popular in my store. This one, Night Court, which I used to watch as a kid. This is a sealed copy of the first season. I'm going to sell it for $4 in my store. And then this one was really cool. Hulk Hogan VHS tape, The Ultimate Weapon. And I'll sell that for $5 in my store. And then this one, Lucky Dube live in concert. It's sealed. Concert DVD. There are multiple copies on eBay. But no one is taking offers. So I'm going to take offers, see if I can sell it quickly. Assuming that sells, it'll pay for everything, and then that'll be, profit. And everything else will be profit. So nice pickups for the store and one for online. Most exciting news today for me is I'm down to the second to last box of those 20 boxes that I picked up recently on the 29th of April. So I've just got that box, that pile, or stack, and the other one I just showed you. So that's awesome news. I was really focused on getting through some more boxes today. Found some good stuff. Speaking of that, 5 book lots and 1 individual book. Book lot, book lot, book lot, book lot, book lot, individual book. Oops. So that's good. All of those have been photographed. I'm going to list those today. I'm listing something every day, basically, during the week because I'm going through all this new inventory, and especially those 20 boxes of books, which I keep talking about a lot, but there's just been a lot of good stuff there. But I am getting down to the last 2 boxes, which is good. However, I mentioned earlier that she contacted me saying that next week she'll have more books and records for me. Now, I don't know what kind of books they'll be, but I saw the records. At least I saw the amount of records, and there was a lot of them. She is having one of her children go through them, so I'm sure they will take some of the good stuff. But there was a lot of records, so based on the records that I got already, there's probably gonna be some good ones in there. So that's another positive coming down the what do you call it? The boy, I don't know. It's coming down for next week. And then someone else contacted me yesterday, and I'm going to pick up some books from them tomorrow morning. They said there was like electronic books, but I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, I am getting inundated with lots of new, I won't say lots of new content, but lots of new content for you guys to watch, but, lots of new inventory, most of it donated, except for those records that I purchased and the VHS tapes. Did I tell you about that? That I purchased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of VHS tapes. There are some DVDs in there, but they're mostly VHS. And there's a lot of kids' VHS tapes in there. And there are some, very small percentage, but there are a few sealed tapes. But it's mostly the kids' tapes that got me into it. And they might be bringing me more stuff. So that's happening. The last thing I want to talk about is, if you remember, I mentioned that I had a couple of people returning items. I had a book returned because it had one mark on one page that I didn't pick up, and so they returned it. Anyway, that was the Carl Jung book. And then this was, if you remember, I had sold like 35, 39, something like that. Late 90s, early 2000s R&B CDs, and here they are. So they returned them. First thing I want to point out, look at how it's packed. I did not ship it like that. I never ship lots or anything with it moving around, especially something like this. Now, why did they return it? Because they claimed, oh, there's cracks. So many cases, so many cracks. You tell me. You see a lot of cracks? Do you see anything? I don't see anything. What are they talking about? Where? Literally, haven't seen one yet. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them because I don't have the time. Oh, there's one. But that was pictured. So anyway, and they claim so many discs were scratched. And I already looked at a couple. It's nonsense. I look at all the discs before I send it. So anyway, that's what it is. I'm going to relist it. This does not happen that often. So if this is the first time you've ever seen a video on YouTube or any video about selling on eBay, don't get disgruntled because this is rare. It's a very small percentage. I'm not even, I mean, it's like, this hardly ever happens because I always ship stuff super careful. I always put fragile media on the side when I ship large lots of, fragile stuff. Not necessarily books, but CDs, DVDs. What else do I ship sometimes? Of course, loose discs, anything else, any type of media that might be fragile. When I ship those, what are those called? 8-track tapes. Records, of course, I occasionally ship in bulk. Audiobooks, very randomly or very infrequently. So anyway, it happens. You just do your best. You take photos of everything. You describe everything to the best of your ability. You pack it well. And that's it, right? And for the most part, like 99.9% of the time, it's totally fine. I already blocked the buyer, so they won't buy from me again, and the other person, I blocked them. I recommend blocking people that are illogical about being buyers and are either whatever it is, right? Like these kind of situations, because you just don't want to have to deal with them again. So anyway, so that's what's going on, but staying positive. Lots of new inventory coming in. Excited about it. So tomorrow morning I'll be picking up more and we'll see how that goes. I don't know what to expect. She said she had even more than the 7 or 8 boxes that she said she had. I don't know how big the boxes are. I'm always worried about that, whether they're, super big or not, but we'll see. So stay positive, be honest as a seller, be upfront, take photos, pack well, ship well, all that kind of stuff. And then you will see that for the most part, you won't have to deal with buyers, rarely with illogical buyers. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Take care.